Hi ladies. Okay, so I'm calling the next couple of videos that I'm going to be making, my VBAC Chronicles, because as you all know, I'm expecting baby number 7. Okay, I'm currently 31 weeks. All right, 31 weeks. Right. I'm just giggling because it doesn't. It sometimes it can kind of feel like no matter how many vaginal births you've had after a C-section, the medical professionals always seem to be a little bit slow. Okay. It's like they're just slow. They seem to think that even though you had one vaginal, one VBAC, 2, 3, 4, it's still like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Oh, like, hello. Anyway, so yesterday I had my antenatal appointment, and I was supposed to see the consultant. The consultant wasn't there, so I saw the registrar, and so I'm waiting. I'm already waiting for 30 minutes. No one's done my observations. Like, what's going on? So I went and said to them, hi, what's going on? I've been sitting here for 30 minutes. Is anyone coming to do my obs? Said, I'm like, oh my gosh, so sorry. Anyway, they did that, and then as soon as they finished that, the registrar came out, and she calls me into the room, and she greets me. Hi. She tells me her name, introduces herself, asks me how I am, how I'm doing. I said I'm fine and everything. And she sits down. Well, she's already sitting, and then the first thing she says to me is she's had a quick glance at my notes. Like, she just kind of had a quick glance at my notes, and then she said, you're having a C-section with this one? It's a C-section, yeah? And I'm like, did she just say C-section? I'm like, excuse me, what did you say? And she's like, oh, you've had 3 C-sections, so this one's C-section. And straight away, it just came out of me. I was like, God forbid bad thing. And she's like, her reaction was so funny. And I was like, girl, what did you say? And then I was like, why would you say that? And then she was like, oh, it says in your notes that you've had 4 vaginal births and you've had 3 C-sections. And at that point, I just had to slow down, and I said to her, you need to read the notes. And she said, oh. I said, yeah, you need to read the notes. I said, because I've had 3 C-sections and I've had 4 VBACs. And she was like, really? She's like, oh my gosh, you're such a brave woman. Oh my goodness. Then she's now going through the notes. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. They've got everything kind of muddled up here. And when I was kind of having a look, it looked like they had my eldest first, then my 3rd, then my 4th, then my 2nd, and they just kind of had all the births all kind of mixed up. So she just assumed, when she saw 4 VBACs, 3 C-sections, she assumed, right, that the VBACs were first. However, wouldn't it just be VB? I mean, you're a registrar, right? You would understand the abbreviations: VB, vaginal birth, or PVB, which is spontaneous vaginal birth. They have like abbreviations for things, but my one says VABC, sorry. That's what my one says. And it was 4 of those and 3 C-sections. So I was a bit kind of like thinking what's going on sort of thing. Straight away I just had to rebuke it and just start rejecting like any kind of like negativity that she was trying to, pull out, because a lot of times when I go for my appointments, you do, as somebody who has had previous C-sections, they're always quite skeptical with you, and they're always sort of a little bit on edge. They want to throw like everything at you. They still treat it as if it's something that they've never seen before. So it's still a bit strange sometimes. So it doesn't really matter. Like I said, this will be my 5th. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this will be my 5th VBAC, right? And I'm sitting here with a registrar who's supposed to be a professional, saying to me, oh, you've had 3, you've had 4, this is going to be a C-section, yeah? And I'm just thinking to myself, first of all, that's not how you address a mum anyway. You don't tell someone what they're going to do. do you? So I was a little bit, I was really kind of like, not too cheesed off or anything, but I was just, I was like, I mean, I already had to like rebuke and reject certain things like the words that she had already spoken, because, and that's the thing as well, you've got to remember, like, a lot of times the enemy will use words to sow seeds that can stick, that can stop you from having what God has planned for you, and straight away just like cutting that short and rejecting it was like the thing that came to me pretty much immediately. Anyway, so we go on, and so she then is, she's then now starting to say, she's like, oh, you've rejected this, oh, we've offered you this, you didn't want this, da 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 da, blah blah. Okay, I can see that you've turned this down. And then she was like, okay, oh, are you happy to do a blood test today? And I was like, oh no bloods for me today. She was like, oh, why? I'm like, what do you mean why? Can we not say no? Can we just have a break? Is it every time we go for an appointment we have to have bloods done? Like, seriously? VBAC Chronicles, honestly, like, that's what I'll call these videos if I'm as and when I'm making them now, because there's always a story to tell. She then goes on to be. So I said to her, no, bless me. So she was like, then she was like, oh, but your iron was low last time, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Then she was like, you're not a vegetarian, are you? I said no. So she's like, oh, okay. And it's just kind of like, well, if even if my iron was a little bit low, doesn't necessarily mean that you now have to sit me down, take bloods just to check. Okay, you can just give advice. Okay, your iron's a little bit low, Sarah. Are you taking iron tablets? Are you eating enough red meat? Are you making sure your nutrition is good? And how are you feeling in yourself as well? Because obviously, if you're low on iron, you constantly be tired all the time and stuff like that. So, like, but straight away they want to always offer something that they're going to poke and prod, or offer you some kind of medication, which I'm just, ladies, I don't do meds. Okay, I will only do medication if it's extremely crucial. Okay, I'm not talking about supplements and things like that, because I like taking supplements every so often, especially my vitamin D. I don't play with my vitamin D. With this pregnancy, I've taken vitamin D, I've taken iron tablets, and I've taken folic acid. It's just kind of stuck with folic acid and stuff like that. So those are the main supplements that I've done, and a little bit of iodine here and there. So those, I don't mind supplements and things like that. However, when it comes to things like medicine, I'm always kind of like, no. They offered me blood thinners. I turned those down. They said, oh, your ethnicity, your weight, and your age. I'm like, come on, seriously, you cannot offer me medicine based on my race, it's laughable, honestly, it's so laughable. You cannot offer me medication based on my ethnicity and then tell me, oh, because I'm over 40, no, actually it's over 35, okay, because I'm over 35 and my weight, okay, I'm pregnant, okay, you tend to weigh a little bit more, but anyway, that's to the side. So I turned those down, and then randomly, I turned this midwife, right? So I had a midwife appointment earlier on. I think I was about like 17 weeks or something like that. I had a midwife appointment, and they offered aspirin. They were like, oh, aspirin can help, this and that. And I'm like, no aspirin, no Panadol, no paracetamol, no anything with drugs in it for me, please, thank you. I turned it down. And why do I get a letter through the post saying, oh, for our last conversation, I've prescribed the aspirin. I'm like, I said to my husband, I said, sometimes, see these people, yeah, honestly, like, I love and appreciate the medical team and, all the doctors, the consultants, the midwives. I really appreciate what they do, but sometimes they can just be a little bit, like try to ignore you sort of thing, and just do what they like. But that doesn't wash with me anyway. Yeah, so after that, she was like, oh, let's listen to the baby. So she, asked me to lie down. It's the baby. She said, oh, the baby, oh, the happy baby, very happy baby in there. I was like, oh, thank you, and then so she then went on to then saying, well, okay, you know, and oh, that was it. So when she was doing the baby's heart checking the heartbeat and everything, just to make sure baby's happy and everything, she said to me, she was like, you know, this hospital, we don't normally allow VBACs after 3 C-sections. And she was like, I don't know about the other hospital, I'm not going to name it. She's like, which is close by. She's like, I don't know about the other hospital, but this hospital, we don't do that. And I was like, I looked at her. Ladies, oh my gosh, the joke. Listen, this was laughable. I looked at her and I was like, I've had 2 VBACs here. I said 2022 and 2025. I've had 2 VBACs, and she was like, okay. Well, what could she say? What could she say? She clearly hasn't been at work, or she clearly hasn't worked with women that are having vaginal births in her hospital. However, I do have to say, I am probably one of the only women that a lot of them have bumped into that have had vaginal births after 3 C-sections, because a lot of the times when I meet people in the medical, in hospital, in the antenatal team, they are shocked. I mean, shocked, like flabbergasted. Really? Whoa! It doesn't matter if it's a sonographer, it doesn't matter if it's a midwife, if it's a registrar, if it's a consultant. They are all always like really stunned that I've actually done that. You know, so I don't blame her, because obviously they stop a lot of women from progressing onto having a VBAC after 3 C-sections, and that's something, you know, that's not really heard of a lot here in the UK, and in a lot of places. Obviously, if you go and watch other videos on my channel and read comments as well, it's really not common to have a woman have a vaginal birth after C-sections, really. 3 at least, anyway. 1, yeah, you know, they'll give you a leeway, let you try. 2, you become extremely skeptical, and 3 is all by the grace of God. Hallelujah. You know, so yeah. That's that. And yeah, so when I was getting off the bed, I thought, let me make a joke, right? And so I said to her, I said, oh, well, you know, I said, well, if anything, I just have a home birth. And she was like, oh, no need for that, you know. I was like, well, you better know, because I will stay at home and deliver this baby if I have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not I'm literally at that place where I'm like, you know what, I might give home birth a try, you know, if you keep at this, I might actually give it a try, sort of thing. So I after that, I kind of sat down, and then she opened the computer, and then she was looking at something. So she was like, oh, and that's what I said. I said to her, I was like, oh yeah, I might just have a home birth. I said, oh, my labours are quite quick anyway. And so she went on the computer, and she then had a look, and she was like, oh, okay. She was like, you're 2022. You came in at 9 o'clock and had a baby at 11. She was like, oh, really fast. Only 2 hours. I was like, yeah, you know, kind of thing. And the whole thing, I came back and I had to tell my husband, I was like, hon, honestly, today's appointment was such a joke. You know, but yeah, and then she kind of tried to force me to see a particular consultant that I was supposed to see, but then I'll see anybody, it doesn't matter, it's just whoever sends the letter and whoever's available on the day. And she's like, oh no, I think you should stick with this consultant, blah blah blah. So she now takes my notes, she goes over to the receptionist and she says, oh, can you please book in Sarah with this consultant, please, So she walks off, and I said to the receptionist, I said, listen, it doesn't matter what consultant it is, I'll see anyone, it doesn't really matter. So she was like, oh, thank you. You know, I'm like, yeah, let's make our life easy for everybody. You know, it doesn't really matter who I see, the decision that I'm making doesn't change. So yeah, but yeah. VBAC Chronicles, ladies, 31 weeks and counting. But yeah, super excited, and you know, just praying and seeking God that, you know, I do have another successful VBAC. But yeah, I'll keep you ladies posted. All right, God bless, bye.